So the day has finally come that the E28 is going into the garage. I swapped the front wheels just because the old wheels were rubbing into the struts. The tires are too fat for the car. And now we have to tow it back up on the driveway to be able to do the turn, because it still doesn't want to move when we try to push it. So we'll tow it with my friend Kiki's car and then throw it into the garage. Luckily the way down is downhill, so it's gonna come in easily. So we finally have the E28 in the garage and it's time to start working on it. I need to unpack. I have a ton of stuff in the car, and then we're gonna start with the rear brakes because I have the complete new assembly. We'll have to repaint the calipers, but I have new discs, new pads and the whole handbrake assembly, so we can replace all of that. And then after that we'll need to move on to the front brakes, but unfortunately I'm still waiting for those to come in. I also have new inside door handles because the driver one is broken. I have a clutch, a water pump and some other stuff for the engine, and basically that's it. So what I need to do now is do the brakes first, so at least the car is movable, and then we're gonna move on to the engine, which might or might not be swapped in this garage. Maybe I'm gonna bring the car to a friend's shop so we can use a lift or something to get more access to stuff underneath the car, but we'll see about that in a later video. Fresh discs. I got new tail lights because the ones I have are broken and not in good shape. These ones are not perfect, but they are much better, and at least the glass is intact. Everything else in here is mostly garbage, so I'm gonna throw it into the garbage. So everything's out of the trunk. There's some rust, but this is just the hook mount, so it's not really too important. And a bunch of surface rust just on the floor, but again, I don't see anything major in here that would cause any problems, so yeah, I'm happy with it. So this car was driven on LPG for a while, so I need to take all of this stuff out, which is kind of nerve-wracking because I don't know if there's anything in here. It says it's empty, but I don't know, it's kind of stressful to take that stuff out, but I have to take it out, so what can you do? Yeah, I'm gonna move on to just cleaning random stuff out of the car, and then we're gonna start with the brakes now. Nice. There's still some life left in them, but I don't know, it's better to replace them now than have to do this later on. I really don't like doing this. Okay, so before I can take the handbrake assembly off, I need to loosen the handbrake. Just loosen the cables, make sure I have space to work with on the back with the assembly, so let's do that. Quick question for those in the know. Are handbrakes on E28s better than handbrakes on newer BMWs? I used to have an E46, the handbrake was atrocious. Anytime I would adjust it or fix it, it would last maybe a week or two. So I'm hoping here that with replacing everything, the handbrake actually works for at least a year or something and does not just loosen or lose its bite within the first month. But yeah, we'll see. So it's been about an hour. I had to run home to get my blowtorch because I prepped this caliper. I started prepping this caliper for paint and cleaning it off and everything, but I need to take off the little knob that's used to bleed the brakes, and I don't want to take it off while cold, just because they're known to break, especially these calipers haven't been touched in probably 20 years, so I want to make sure it's nice, hot and loose before I try to take it off, just to prevent any kind of braking, because breaking this would suck. Anyways, we'll see in a few minutes after it's nice and hot. Okay, it's been a few minutes, should be hot enough. Nice, it's coming up. Perfect. So I threw a coat of paint on the caliper, and now while we wait for it to dry, I'm gonna reassemble the handbrake. This is the new ones, this is the old ones, and I'm just gonna go off of how the old was on and just put the new one back in. This is probably gonna be a bitch, so I'm not gonna show anything. I'll show you once it's done. It's on and it's done. Brakes are on, all connected to the brake cable. All the springs and little parts adjusters are on, and basically it's ready for the disc to go on. So let's put the disc on, see how it looks, and then hopefully the caliper is dry. We can put that on and move to the other side. This is way easier than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting all the bolts to be rusted and stuck and everything, but everything is going quite smoothly. Knock on wood. Hopefully the other side is the same. I put a little bit of grease on this bolt just to make sure it doesn't get stuck there, and then we're good to go. Nice. Okay, the calipers are dry. It's time to put them back together. Hopefully I remember how. We'll have to bleed the brakes at the end, but that's gonna be when I finish all of the brakes. Got it off. Of course I wasn't filming, but anyways, let's go rebuild this one. Let's do this one with a little bit of YouTube magic. Here's how it looks. Definitely not the best job here, but it's nice. It looks fresh enough and miles better than it was, so I'm happy with it. Now, I don't know, maybe I'll take the front brakes off just to clean them up and paint them, and then wait for the discs, because as I said before, I don't have the parts to rebuild them, but maybe at least I can freshen up the calipers. I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, I'm probably gonna cut it here for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. And in the meantime, I finished cleaning up and prepping the old front brakes, so this is all ready to go. Got this all disassembled and basically just waiting on the new discs. And today I decided to come in and start taking the LPG system out. So if you remember, the car has this big LPG tank in the back, which I need to take out, and also a bunch of LPG stuff in the engine bay as well, like this, and basically anything that has to do with LPG I need to remove. So I'm gonna start that now. I'm gonna start in the back and work my way to the front. So let's do that. So I took the brace out, but this thing is still not budging an inch. so I had to figure out where else it's mounted, and then maybe I can take it out. So I tried going under the car, I didn't see any bolts going up, so I'm gonna check from the rear seats. I'm not even sure if this car has access from the rear seat, but I'm gonna check it anyway and see what I can find. Let's go check it out. Okay, I'm not finding anything, so I'm just gonna try to fight with the tank and see if it comes out. It's just not moving, so I'm moving to the front. I already started actually. I pulled out this whole thing, which honestly I don't know anything about LPG systems, but the gas lines were hooked up to this, so I took it out. It also had two coolant lines running to it. It was in this corner of the car. This thing has gas lines going to it. This was power to that thing and this thing. So I just put it like this and then we'll figure it out later. And now I'm gonna take this out and cut the line that goes through the side here. So it comes out of the engine bay and goes down here. I'm gonna cut it here and then figure out later where to go with it. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I got all of this out, and that's basically most of the stuff. I don't really want to touch anything with the wiring, just because I'm not sure how everything works. I know the car can work on just gas without LPG, so I'm not gonna touch any of the wiring until we do the engine swap and figure everything out, just because I'm scared of messing anything up. So yeah, I just tucked the wires for now and we're gonna deal with that later on. So this is all empty now. This is where the gas line went. I'm just gonna take that off, and yeah, basically I'm gonna close it off here because I'm tired, my back hurts and I don't want to do anything anymore. So I'm going home. I'm gonna pick this up in a day or two when my discs come in. This is going all a bit slower than I was hoping, but unfortunately I'm stuck waiting on parts and there's nothing I can do. So it's been a couple of days and I finally got my parts in. So brand new discs and brand new pads. So these are the two front calipers ready to be installed back into the car. So let's put them on. So just wanted to make sure the pads were exactly the same with the old ones, and they are. So let's rebuild both sides. This one's done. Let's move on to the second one. And with that, this side is done. Just need to throw the wheel on and that's it. Okay, so brakes are done on both sides, and now we basically have fresh brakes all around the car, which is nice. And from a comment from a subscriber with the username Spinner4442. He noticed that the engines are not the same. He thought that my new engine might be an M20B25, but after digging around I found out it is an M20B20, but it's a newer version with different wiring, with a different ECU and some different parts. So just now I went to check on the engine. So the main difference on the engines is that my engine has the coil pack right here. It's mechanical coil pack, mechanical ignition, and the new engine has it right here on the camshaft. I was scrambling around trying to figure out what to do and how to go around this, and basically I wasn't sure if I could put this type of ignition system on the new engine, but right now I checked and it seems that it might work. So here's the new engine I have, and this is basically where the ignition goes in. I'm happy to say this thing has a hole right here. At least it should be a hole that we can open up to put in the ignition system. Supposedly we also might have to switch the oil pump. I'll still have to check that, but at least I know we can make the wiring work. If not, I found an ECU and wiring harness in Germany, and I'll check if maybe if this turns out to be a big issue, I'll just order the new one and we can use that. But hopefully I can use the exact same wiring that is in the car, so I don't have to spend more money and maybe make the whole process faster, hopefully. I know this video has been a bit of a mess and jumping around, but hopefully it was still interesting. And yeah, I really don't have much willpower to do a bunch of filming and just to focus on video so much, but hopefully I showed enough, and basically I'm gonna close it here. The next video I'm really hoping it's going to be about swapping the engines and making everything work, or at least just putting the other engine in and then waiting for the new wiring for that engine. I don't know, we still have to decide, but I think I'm leaning on using the wiring I have from the older engine and putting that on the newer one. So yeah, basically that's it. I'm gonna close it here and I'm gonna see you probably next week or so with the engine swap.